Hi everyone, so Justine here, and we have another guest today. If you want to introduce yourself.
Hello, Justine co-viewers. My name's Arthur. I'm Justine's
In crime.
partner in crime, and yeah, I'm honored to be joining this video today.
Yeah, so you'll notice from the background that we are at LAX airport today, and we are about to start a journey internationally going across Japan. And this has been something that's been a big dream of Arthur's in particular, and yeah, we just like really enjoy like biking long distances, and I've talked a little bit about it on this channel, but I figured now would be a good time to kind of orient you all to the trip and where we're going to be going, things that we're going to be doing, and just kind of get excited. So that is the plan.
Yep.
Sound good?
So the kind of overall gist of the trip, the plan is we're going to be biking from north to south across the entire length of Japan. It'll be over 2,000 miles in total in terms of the actual distance that we'll bike. It'll be a 50-day long trip with about 35-ish or so days of actual biking. We'll be starting in the northernmost point in Hokkaido, a city called Wakkanai. That's the very tippy most northern part of Japan.
Yeah, which, fun fact, so, like, wakanai, if you just say it, also kind of sounds like saying, like, I don't know. So I just thought that was really funny, and it's, like, a very, like, isolated part of the country. So yeah, that's where we're going to be starting our trip. So we're going to be flying now to San Francisco first, and then the, like, major leg of the journey is going to be from SFO to Haneda Airport in Tokyo, and then from there we're taking another flight all the way up to the northernmost airport in Japan. We're going to be front-loading a lot of the biking, so it's going to be at the front end of the trip, and then we're actually going to have, towards the end, we're going to be flying out to the Philippines because my grandmother there is having a big birthday, so we have to make sure that we're there, which is kind of nice because we'll already be in Asia. And then at the very end, we're going to have around a week. Is it like exactly 7 days?
I think about, give or take.
Yeah, so like a week to kind of explore, and we're going to go into the central part of Japan that is a little bit harder to cross, like by bike because there's so many mountains. And we're going to be seeing Jigokudani Monkey Park, which I'm very excited for. You get to see the monkeys bathing in hot springs, and then we're also going to spend a little bit of time by Mount Fuji, and then finally in Tokyo. So it's a action-packed trip, and truly something that we're trying to make the most of our time. Now that we're in medical school, this is kind of the last time that we'll be able to have a really long trip like this. This might be the longest trip that we'll be able to take for the rest of our life. So I'm excited that we're going to be able to document it and like share it with you all, and also have it as kind of a living journal for us as well to reflect back on. So yeah. And I wanted to also give Arthur a chance to kind of share a little bit about why this has been kind of like his dream to do this for a while now, ever since he biked across the U.S. So.
Right. So, as Justine said, I had previously biked across the U.S., and that was my very first introduction into kind of, I guess, I don't know if extreme sports is the right word, but just like big bike trips, I guess. Before that, it had been really a casual thing for me, like biking a class, and nothing more extreme than that, really. But then I biked across the U.S. It was called 4K for Cancer. It was part of a nonprofit kind of event raising money for cancer patients, part of the Oldman Foundation. That trip is what really introduced me into long distance biking. And after finishing that trip across the US, I really wanted to bike across Japan. I knew that was already like my next thing I had my sights set on. And for further context about why Japan of all countries, I'm half Japanese, and I kind of
LAX is closed to the general public 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Mm-hmm.
No entry is allowed.
Yeah, so sorry about the background noise. Can't really help it. Tried to find a quiet spot, but bear with us. Thank you.
So now that a little announcement interruption is over, what was I? I was saying how I'm half Japanese, and I was, lived my whole life in the States, but I've always, been really curious to learn more about my Japanese half and like kind of the cultural background behind it, being able to speak the language, things like that.
Please refrain from smoking while walking throughout the building.
Uh, and yeah, this is like an opportunity for me to, I think, to really get more closely in touch, I guess, with that half of my background that I really felt like I'd always been, more out of touch with than I wanted to be. So this is kind of an immersion opportunity for me that I've been really wanting to do for a long time.
Yeah. And then last thing I wanted to, I guess, share like what we've been thinking about is that similar to how you raise like money for like cancer when you're biking across the U.S. and we've also raised some money for the like World Health Organization COVID Fund back when we biked across France. So we're considering whether or not we want to also make this a fundraiser through this trip. So yeah, I mean, like, if you have any thoughts about that, if you think it's a good idea, please feel free to comment below. Yeah, so just in closing, thank you all for watching, and we will get back to you, or you can get back to us if you think that's a good idea for us to fundraise over this trip, and if you have any suggestions for what we should fundraise for, if so. And we will continue to post. I'm excited to, this time, since we didn't really do it for France, to be able to look back on video of all the things that we're doing and all the biking. So,
Yeah.
yeah, catch you soon.
We'll see you in Hokkaido.